Hello everyone, my name is Maria, aka The Unexpected Crafter, and I am one of the designers for Sasayaki glitter stamps. And I wanted today to share with you how I color this adorable snowman, which you can also get at the Sasayaki glitter stamp store. I'm gonna provide you with links at the bottom where you can find it, and also all the materials that I'm gonna use on this card, or this card that I'm going to make after I color the image. I'm going to use just a very simple card for it. This is a standard 5.5 by 4.25 card size, and a simple sentiment that I have here that I'm going to be adding to it at the end. So here we go. I want to go ahead and start with, let me enlarge this here just a little bit so that you can see. And I am going to start with, this is a snowman, so they're mainly white, but we want to add a little bit of contrast so it doesn't look like it hasn't been colored. So I am going to use the gray families that have some blue in them, which will be the C1, C3, and C5. So I am going to start with C1, which, if some of you have seen me, I like to sometimes start with the lightest color. See if I can get this out of the way here. I want to make sure that you can see this. So I want to decide where I want it to be the darkest. So I guess this corner here, I usually choose the left corner. And I don't want to add too much because it's just for contrast. So and this is C1, so it looks already pretty dark, so I may not even do C5, which I also have planned on using, but I may just stay with this one here. So I'm just following the shape of the face, and of course you know that the hat is going to cast a little bit of a shadow, so I want to go ahead and do that there. Okay. Oh, and maybe a little bit over here in this corner because of the arm. It's a little something there. So there we go. We have that. And then I'm going to use C3 to add a little more dark in the corner here. Just a little bit there. A little bit here. Here and here. I have to move that out of the way because I am gonna knock it over. Okay, so there we have that. And I'm gonna not use C5, I'm gonna go to C1. Maybe I can put it on this side. There you go. And I am going to just pull out some of this darker color that I just put down. I'm gonna try not to tuck too much so I don't make this video longer than it needs to be. And if I think it's a little bit too dark, then I go back with my, you can use the colorless blender to lighten it up a bit. I like color, so, you know, I don't mind it being a little dark, but let's see. And here maybe just a little more. Like that. Then I'm going to use my colorless blender, and I'm going to try to lighten that up a little bit. So I'm just gonna, from here, be careful, because sometimes I also get carried away with this thing and take too much color away. So, gosh, you can almost see the pink underneath it. That's funny. Okay. Well, hopefully it didn't pick up any color I had. Nope, it didn't. Okay. Maybe it's just me. So I am just pulling out, or just lighten it up a little bit, because it looked a little dark to me. And then again, if I take too much away, then I can always go back with the C1 again and just add a little more color. Like here, it looks like it became a little splotchy there, so I added more color. Then I go back with the blender and just kind of push it in. Okay. There we go. That's as much as I wanted, so that way you can see just a little, so that, you know, it shows that it's colored, that I didn't forget to color it. Okay, so the arms here, I am going to use E31, E33, and E37, which is one of my favorite color combinations for wood, or pretty much wood, yes. So I am going to go ahead and just cover that completely with E31, as you can see there. Then I'm going to just turn this so you can see. I'm keeping this very simple. I'm not trying to make it complicated or anything. Then I'm going to use E33, and I am going to just create a little bit of texture here. All right. No, because it's sort of like a branch. And I'm going to use E37 because I usually like to use 3 colors. That's just me. Sometimes I think you don't really need to, but sometimes I just, like I said, I like colors, so I don't think I could ever color with just pastels. All right. Then I'm going to go back with my E33 over this here to just kind of soften the darkest color and just pull it out a little. And then go back to the lightest, which is E31, and I'm going to just to blend it in, just to add a little texture so it doesn't look so flat. Okay, so there you have that. Then I am going to do the hat and the scarf on this combination that I like is the teal colors with red. I think it's very pretty. So let's see, do we want to use the hat? Do we want to make the hat? Maybe I'll make the hat red because I'm gonna color the sky blue. So let's go ahead and start with R24. And we're just gonna color. And I usually say to be careful with the red because it really saturates the paper a lot and very quickly. So you have to barely touch the paper and it kind of runs on its own. Do you know what I mean? Gotta be careful with the bird and the flower. So like that. Then just very carefully, I may just touch on the top and that's it. There, being careful with the cute little bird there. Okay. Then I'm gonna go with R27. And we are going to just in the center, just add some color in the center there, under the bird. Maybe a little here and there. And R29. And I'm gonna just add again here in between the flower and the cute little bird. Being very careful that I don't just overdo it with this red. And then maybe add a little here, following the shape of the hat. Maybe I'll just color the whole thing in. Because that's kind of hidden there in the middle. And to add even more definition to that, I'm going to use R39. I have it in here somewhere, just to make it even darker. I'm going to turn this so that I have more control. That way you can see the definition there. Then I'm going to use R29 again. Just go over the red that I just put down a little bit to pull it out a little more. Then back to R27 or R27 as it properly, as you're supposed to properly say it. And then just kind of soften that up, blend it. And with the last one, R24. Blend it all out. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to color the scarf. The heart I may do it a different red, but we'll see. It might be the same red. So the scarf, I want to use the teal color. So I'm going to start with BG13. Oops, wrong end. BG13. Okay. I think this is such a cool combination that I would have never thought of. This is tricky because you have the little dots. So I am going as careful as I can. They're going to be red, but still. I'll see if I can add a second color to add a little bit definition to the scarf. I don't know if I'll be able to, but then down the bottom. And there you have that. So I'm going to probably use BG15 just to, because I can never leave, just in certain areas of the scarf, just to give it a little something, because I can never just leave it with one color. So just a little there, maybe in the corner here, and maybe here. Just a little bit. I think it looks better if you have a little bit of dark there. And I could probably get away with going even deeper with BG18 if I'm careful. I just love to have a little contrast. See, that looks good, if I say so myself. There you go. Just a little something there, just to add a little contrast. And then now the dots we're going to do, I'm going to use R27. And I'm just going to touch them. So you can see that. Being very careful that I stay within the dots. Goodness. Okay, so that's that. Isn't that cute? All right, now that we have then the little bird, I guess we could do the bird. yellow. I was thinking of bluebird, but because I am going to do the sky blue, it's going to be probably too much blue. So I am using Y13, and I'm going to deepen it in just a second, because just yellow is not going to do it. And it has a little tiny heart right there. So then I'm going to use Y15 just to deepen it up a little bit under the wings here, and maybe over here a little bit. And I go back to a Y13 just to blend it out a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit there. And then that little heart, I could probably do it pink, because if I do it red, it's gonna be kind of, there we go. All right, that was RV13. All right, so let's see what's next. That little flower there, we could do purple. I just love purple. Okay, so we're gonna use V04 for the little flower. And not make it too dark, because then you can't really see the flower. And then I'm going to use a very intense yellow for the tiny dot there. I used Y17. And again, like I said, I'm going to list all of the things that I'm using for this project here. I will list them down below on the description. Then the nose, of course, is the traditional orange. So I am going to use YR04 for the cute little nose. And then I am going to do the heart, which I think I'm going to go with the same red. So I'm going to start with, again, R24. Just going to do the outer part first. And I'm going to go to R27, or R27. And R29. And since the bottom is usually where the darkest, the shadow would be, I'll test it out and see. R27. And then R24. And that will be it for the heart. Then for the snow, what I'm going to do is I am going to use, usually using the blue, the B000 is nice, but I don't have, or maybe let's see, hold just one moment. I have the B000, I believe, or hold on. I have the B00. So I can use that because snow is water. So I'm going to use a little bit here and a little bit there. And maybe just a little bit in certain areas. And then I am going to use the colorless blender to spread out that color a little bit, soften it. Because I am also going to use Distress inks as well. And I'm going to use Tumbled glass, which looks very similar to this blue. I'm going to keep this real simple. Then I am going to get my mat so that I can do some snow on the background here, because I don't want to just leave it like that. So I am going to get my crafting mat. Let's move this image out of the way. Move some of my Copics out of the way. And I am going to use my crafting mat for this. Just moving the things around, excuse me a second. And I will go ahead and use Tumbled glass for this. Let's see, I already have my little tool here, and then Tumbled glass Distress ink, which I have right here. And I am just going to create a blue sky as a background. Let me just bend this over a little bit so it's easier to glide the ink in. So you start off the mat, and then you color that in. I'm sure you've seen this done a lot, so I'm not going to go into much detail about this technique. You just color it in, get it in there real good. And then I'm going to use a white gel pen to create snow, more snow. Sometimes you could mask the image, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to be as careful as I can not to touch the body of the snowman. And I'm going to just flip the image over. And then you just keep blending and going over it until you're happy with it. And of course I'm going to leave the snow on the bottom white. Okay, so that will be the background. All right, I can go ahead and remove my mat now. All right. And just enlarge, making this a little smaller so you can see better. Now I am going to use my white gel pen. Sometimes you're supposed to wait till it dries up, but we'll just go ahead and do it. I'm going to use my Jelly Roll white pen just to make some snowflakes. Add it to this. I hope you can see it, because sometimes, because it's not really dark, you may not be able to see it well, but trust me, they're there. And I'm going to try to do some over the snowman, because the snow is falling, right? That way you can see the snowflakes falling. And there we go. Maybe one there, another here, and another one over here, and so forth. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to put another one here maybe. and another one in this corner here. All right. So there you have all the little snowflakes falling down. And then I am just going to very simply, gotta wait for them to dry up just a little bit. Then I'm just gonna simply attach it to this card here. Like I said, it was 5.5 by 4.25. And I am going to attach my little snowman to this card here. Gonna just loosely apply some tape on the back and attach it to my card here. And then I'm going to attach the sentiment as well. That is called Let It Snow, which is very appropriate. And you can also find sentiments at the Sasayaki glitter stamps. They have digital sentiments as well. So I'm going to line it up the best I can here. And there you have it. A beautiful Christmas card using a Sasayaki glitter stamps image. And I hope you like my video, and I hope that you subscribe to the channel, and there will be more videos following mine, and I hope that you join us and you subscribe, and we hope to see you again. Thank you so much and have a great day.